Hey, my name is Luke. I'm recording this video about grounding because just wanted to share my experience. So I came across grounding, I think kind of a combination of, it got introduced to me from health people on Twitter. I also listened to a lot of podcasts, so somehow came across it in that scene, but started to listen to it and it made a lot of intuitive sense to me. Our world has a lot of energy, electricity flowing through it. Us as humans also have that. So this notion that we can cut down on this positive energy charge, ground ourselves out and reduce inflammation made sense, but there's also kind of a degree of skepticism, a degree of, does this actually work? But I did decide to purchase some sheets. I also purchased a grounding mat for my workstation at home, and some of the results have been great. We first off, I like to test things, so I got a voltage meter. We've actually used this kind of as a little bit of a science experiment, but you can test it, it works, you can see that the voltage goes down. We've actually used it with our kids. They think it's an awesome little science experiment to see how you have a positive charge in your body, and then you use something like this and you can measure, wow, as soon as you touch that product, your electrical charge goes down to a neutralized, zero positive voltage. So that's been cool with the kids. On top of that, like I said, we're using it on our beds, we're using it at our workstations, have it on the kids' beds as well. And from a results standpoint, a few noticeable things. First off, I had back surgery a number of months ago and really was struggling with numbness, tingling sensations, almost no feeling in my left leg. And healing after back surgery had come to a point where my leg was working better, everything was going along fine, but it seemed like it had plateaued. I was still dealing with quite a bit of numbness throughout my entire leg. Once I started grounding, literally now this had been kind of plateaued for a couple of months at that point, but once I started grounding within a couple of weeks after that, I started to notice significant improvement again. I started to have more feeling in my leg, less numbness, less tingling, more mobility. So that's been excellent from a kind of a sensation and a pain management standpoint. On top of that, one of our things that we like to do socially is we have a number of breweries in our area, so we like to go out and have a couple drinks. But as I get older, it's really hard to have a couple drinks without waking up with a hangover. And since I started grounding, I also have noticed that hangovers just seem to be a thing of the past. They don't affect me nearly like they did. So that's been excellent. And then lastly, I kind of bought into the grounding conceptually early on. After seeing that it worked for myself, I bought additional products for family members, friends, and some of the reports back from some of them have also been positive. I have a family member who notoriously has been a terrible sleeper, and she reports that she's been sleeping better than she has in years since she started grounding. Have another family member who reports terrible menstrual symptoms, from feeling very hormonal and emotional prior to and during her period, to cramping, to pain, and a number of other symptoms that since grounding, the first month she said she didn't really notice much, but was a little bit hopeful because in the literature that we had read, we had heard that it could maybe help that a little bit. And she reports dramatic reduction in all of those symptoms actually after about 1 month of grounding. So, it's not just a cool science experiment. All the science side of it is cool because you can actually see that it works. It does neutralize your electricity. But from a product standpoint, we have it everywhere. Like I said, I sleep on it. We use it in our workstation. This grounding mat right here, I actually just pulled from my backpack. I travel for work once in a while, and I don't go anywhere without a grounding mat anymore. So hope you give it a try. Hope it works for you, and good luck.